went to the grocery store earlier and somebody bumped into me, and I looked at him, and dude said, "You got a problem?" I lifted up my shirt. I brandished my shillelagh. I said, "I do." And he said, "Whoa, bub. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble." And I said, "You about to catch a Boston crab. You better get out of here." He dropped his groceries and ran for the front door. And I was like, yeah. I was like, easy. You know how when I talk about potential altercations and I Boston crab someone, I say easy afterwards? Like, easy. The story behind that is years ago, probably like 10 years ago, honestly, at this point. Maybe a little bit longer. My buddy, we were hanging out in his backyard, and he lives in a townhouse, so he has a bunch of neighbors. We were hanging out in his backyard. There's a bunch of us just hanging out. And his neighbor's like kind of crazy. He's this like massive dude that lives next door, but he's like kind of crazy. I'm not sure what he's doing in his free time. You know, probably doing some Conor McGregor type stuff, if you know what I mean. Anyway, there's a privacy fence there. And he came home in the middle of the night. We were just out there chilling late at night or whatever. And he was going in his house. And I don't remember who it was. It was a combination of all of us. We were talking shit to him, right? Just out of nowhere. He was just walking over. And we were just saying, like, nothing crazy, but we were just saying some shit to him. Well, he was, had probably been out doing a whole night of something Conor McGregor does on a regular basis. And he came walking over. He came walking over like, what the fuck you guys say? And started walking over, right? All aggressive, all mad, like straight up insanity, right? And we were just all chilling there. We all stood up. There was like 4 or 5 of us. And he's just looking at us like he's ready to gun us down, right? He's just looking at us like a WWE wrestler style, right? And the smallest guy, one of the smallest guy of all of us, was eating a bowl of mashed potatoes, right? Don't ask me why he was eating a bowl of mashed potatoes, but the smallest guy was sitting there eating a bowl of mashed potatoes, right? He smacks the bowl out of his hand, right? And goes, "Easy," right? Right in his face. And then my buddy goes, "Hey, man, that was my favorite bowl." And then dude just walked off, all pissed off. 3-piece in a soda story? Yeah, dude, he smacked the bowl out of his hand and said, "Easy." And then my buddy was like, "Hey, man, that was my favorite bowl." Because the bowl just smashed on the ground and just went everywhere. And then he just dipped off. He just dipped off. What the funniest thing, you guys, this is going to take an extreme turn in a story. About a year ago or 2 years ago, I ended up stopping over there and I ran into his neighbor, the same guy. And he apparently had a bird of some sort, some type of exotic bird. And he was burying it. It had died. He was burying it out back. And there's like a field behind his house. And I saw him out there. And he was like, "Hey, man, I would know I was a dick a while back, but I'm sorry about that, man." And I just laughed my ass off. Because I didn't care. I didn't care at all. I mean, it's not like he was going to put hands on anyone. But it's just funny that it was literally like 2 years ago. And this happened like probably 10 years ago or more, 12 years ago maybe. And randomly I saw him burying his bird. His bird had died. And he was like, "Hey, man, I know I was a dick before. I'm sorry about that." And I literally immediately brought up the story. He was doing that Conor McGregor stuff, okay? He said, "That was a different time in my life." Look, I'm going to be honest. When he smacked that bowl out of his hand, I was thinking about putting him in a Boston crab. I started to pull my shillelagh, and my buddy was like, "Nah, I got this." I started to pull my shillelagh, and my buddy was like, "Nah, dude, I ain't trying to have you catch another murder charge, all right?"